Welcome to the Week 8 Fantasy Football Waiver Wire Edition. Again, these are guys that are owned in less than 50% of Yahoo leagues. As always, I start off with at least a couple guys that are just above the 50% line that I'm still shaking my head they're even anywhere near the 50% line. These are guys I've talked about for weeks. Jerick McKinnon, running back, Minnesota Vikings. 59% owned. Come on, this guy should be 100% owned. This guy is a top 15 running back the rest of the way. He's had back-to-back solid weeks against great run defenses. This guy must be owned. I don't want to bring this guy up again. He should be at 80 to 90% owned by next week. Second guy was a little sketchy on, but Ronnie Hillman, 59%. Denver Broncos, 2 solid weeks in a row. He's clearly the guy in Denver. Monty Ball might come back in the next 3 weeks, but I don't know if he gets his job back. He's a definite must-add. There's no reason for this guy to be at 59% owned. Add him to your roster. Don't be afraid to start either of these guys, Hillman or McKinnon. Start him the rest of the way. 29% owned, a guy I've been talking about for a while as well. Andrew Hawkins, Cleveland Browns wide receiver. Had a couple of bad weeks in a row there, but this guy is a target monster. PPR must add. Listen, you kind of got to ride the lightning with this guy. He's going to have bad weeks, but he's going to have good weeks. Doug Baldwin, Seattle Seahawks, 25% owned. Call this the Percy Harvin effect. This is a guy you definitely want to add to your roster. Not sure about starting this guy yet, but he could emerge as Seattle's #1 wide receiver. Definitely worth a roster spot. Not sure if I'm ready to start this guy yet. Running back, Trey Mason, St. Louis, 19% owned. Not real comfortable with the rookie in passing situations, so that's going to be Benny Cunningham. It's going to be a little bit of a split carry, running back by committee type situation. Mason is going to get the chance to win the job. Definitely worth a roster spot. Not sure if I feel totally comfortable starting him just yet, but definitely worth a roster add. Another running back coming in, 12%. Denard Robinson, Jacksonville, had a huge game this week. He was on the field for 46 snaps, 127 yards, and a touchdown. Not sure how durable this guy is going to be, but for the time being, if you have a bye week fill-in or an injury type fill-in, I would ride Robinson. He's going to burn you 1 week, but he's also going to have weeks like this. He's fast enough and he's dynamic enough that he's going to come out with some big plays and score you touchdowns. Last 2 guys I'm going to talk about, one is 9% owned, one is 5% owned. I'm going to tell you which one of the 2 Buffalo Bills running backs you want to add. CJ Spiller looks like he's done at least for the fantasy year, possibly even for the year. Fred Jackson with the groin injury is going to be out at least a month, maybe a little bit longer. 2 players you want to look at, Bryce Brown and Anthony Dixon. Dixon got the carries this week after Spiller and Jackson got injured, but I don't see that going forward. This is more of a gut call than anything. There's no indication one way or the other who is going to get the nod. Bryce Brown in Philadelphia last year had some issues with fumbling. However, he had moments of brilliance as well. This is a Matt Asiata, Jerick McKinnon type situation. If you need a 1-week ad for next week, I would say Dixon is your guy, but long-term, I'm looking Bryce Brown. If you're going to add one or the other, I'm going with Bryce Brown in this situation, but I'm not going to start either one of these guys until it's figured out a little bit more clearly who's going to get the nod, who's going to get the carries. Don't forget to check back Thursday when Mason and I will be doing our weekly NFL winners and losers. We'll see you back here next week for the fantasy waiver wire ads. Follow me on Twitter at Dawkblitz. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.